What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Wednesday, December 22nd, and I have something really cool that you guys should definitely look into in terms of a virtual land NFT sale with a new game called Big Time. And this is a highly anticipated NFT sale, and it is still ongoing at this very moment. So before we dive in and go through descriptions of what this NFT land sale is, and is it profitable for you? Is this something that you should acquire? Well, we're going to learn about that in a little bit. But before we begin, don't forget, guys, like that button, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to join our Patreon channel. So with that said, guys, let's dive deep because we have some juicy things to share. So Big Time right now is currently in development. It is not scheduled to release until later in 2022. But if you want to get excited and get early into this game, well, this is a perfect time to start acquiring and at least be able to participate in this NFT sale. So the sale did go live yesterday, and it was kind of a crazy experience for a lot of people who had just participated right at the launch time, which was 2 p.m. Pacific time in my area. And when that time happened, I tell you what, there was a lot of technical difficulties. The page was freezing, and people were saying they couldn't log in, even though they were already logged in. Some of them were booted off. And some people said, my funds didn't arrive. This guy said, I also lost 0.76 ETH when depositing to USDC. And this is another thing that I recommend my viewers, is that if you're going to deposit USDC into your account that you created on the Big Time website, at least on their NFT marketplace, don't do it through ETH. That's just wasting money. Do it through Solana. Buy USDC on the Solana network, maybe on a Phantom wallet, and using an exchange like Radium or Orca, and just getting USDC there and sending it to the wallet in your Big Time account. It only costs less than, it's like fractions of a penny, right? Rather than paying through the ERC20. But people are like, this is ridiculous. Some people say it's a scam, Google login, it's not working, yada, yada, yada. But eventually the site did work for me within the first, believe it or not, 20 minutes. I literally was reloading the page for 20 minutes. So guys, if you bought NFT sales for this virtual land, I feel your pain, but your patience was rewarded because it did end up getting fixed at some point. And luckily for me, I was able to buy a small rare space for myself around the 30 digit range, meaning I had a number 30 edition. And there are thousands right now at the very moment. So if we go to this gives you a breakdown of what these rarities and utilities are for. Now, let's go ahead and go dive deep into it. Now, every player is given a time machine after reaching a certain level in the early stages of the game. Now, Space, which is the NFT, is Big Time's version of virtual land. It is used as an expansion to your time machine. There are 5 different rarities, which is rare, epic, legendary, mythic, and exalted. And then there's different sizes of that space, which is small, medium, large. That makes sense. It's quite clear. Now, space is an NFT. Therefore, it is transferable and has a fixed supply. It can be traded on the Big Time marketplace or, very importantly, withdrawn outside of the platform. There's only 600,000 space being minted, with 60,000 being sold. So when I hear this, when I hear withdrawn outside of the platform, this is a great comparison to Sandbox. So a long time ago, when I mean a long time, like a year ago, Sandbox properties were actually quite affordable. And now they are selling their land for many, many ETHs, in the thousands on OpenSea. And so what I see is that this space NFT virtual land is considered a hard asset against inflation. Consider it as digital property, or how there is real property like houses and land in the real world. In this world, in the metaverse world, in this play to earn game, this space is a virtual digital hard asset of property and land. So this is why I encourage people to acquire at least the smallest or cheapest version, at least, because this will be worth more. And I do imagine that this will use a ZK rollup like Immutable X to transfer these space NFT lands outside of the Big Time marketplace and put it on OpenSea. That's what I predict. And you know what that means? That land's gonna be worth way more than what you bought it for. So continuing on, the larger the space, the more capacity it has to install more features. For example, timekeepers, and forges enable players to earn token as they play. The cosmetic qualities of space scale up with its rarity. Either an increase in size or an increase in rarity supports the timekeepers and forges. Now, they haven't released a space token. It has been said by the team that they do not plan on releasing a space token, that the only way you can acquire one is to play in the game. You can't buy it on a third-party decentralized or centralized exchange. So these are really hard to come by. Could that change? Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, but right now they just aren't planning on that. I think they want to encourage people to play the game. So here are the different rarities, right? So rare, epic, legendary, mythic, exalted. Obviously you can tell just based on the one that you acquire, the virtual land that you acquire in space. We'll show you how many, well, I think these are octagons or these hexagons. I don't know. But this is giving you a description of how much you'll own. Right now I own this one, right? Just a small, cheap version, which is running around $299, which I thought was a nice speculative investment. And so I only have 2 of these hexagon or octagon spaces available. So keep that in mind, and they will be run by these timekeepers, right? And we got to keep in mind what that looks like. Obviously there are these breakdowns right here, but moving on, this is what it's going to kind of look like, right? What exactly are time machines, the space NFT timekeepers, hourglass, and forges? And so we're going to dive deeper into that, but this kind of reminds me, I just want to share this image because it reminds me of something in Avengers in the Marvel universe, right? There's something bigger, and I think we saw it in the Loki episode with Marvel. Again, that's just a geek fest that I wanted to share with you guys. If you're not paying attention to that, you won't really understand. But I thought that was really cool. So this is kind of how the cycle works, right? So you acquire the space to expand your personal pocket metaverse. So you have a piece of that land. And then after that, you get to unlock the timekeeper that resides in your space. Next up, you have to pay that timekeeper to craft and recharge your hourglass. Then you find tokens by playing the game as long as your hourglass has sand remaining. So depending on how much sand is remaining in your time glass, because it's just like, back in the day, how they tell time is having sand in a bottle. So depending on how much time you have in that glass, you can step outside of your space to go play in the open universe. And then when that time runs out, then you are zoomed right back into your space. That's how it works. So you got to hopefully get those tokens while it works. So that's really clever gameplay. Moving on, it says using tokens in-game to buy rare and exclusive NFTs, as well as to recharge your hourglass and more. So you have to decide if you want to use those tokens to expand your time outside of the game, or if you want to use it to pay for the marketplace. Now, I don't see this happening in many other games, but I think this is very unique. Next up, let's see about the price breakdown of what's going on. Now, most of these are sold out right now, Exalted, Mythic, and there's something with Legendary that is available, but most Epics are sold as well. But these are definitely sold out. But let's look at the prices. So right now, if you're speculative and you're not sure about it, but you just want to try and have some exposure, get the small rare, which is underneath $300, right? And at least you'll have some exposure to that. But if you feel risky, you can spend more money if you want on large. Again, rewind to the video, see how much land you want to acquire and evaluate how much you want to spend for that. So this is a good price breakdown of how you want to spend. Now, the last thing I want to show you is the marketplace. Now, this is live actually right now at 11:27 a.m. Again, December 22nd, today, Wednesday. So most of these are sold out, Exalted, Legendary, Mythic, right? And Epic. But what is left over? Aha, we have the rare small space, Epic small space, Legendary small space, rare medium. Out of these 4, what is the top asset that I think you guys should hold if you have infinite amount of money and you just want to spend it because you want to have fun? It doesn't hurt your wallet, it doesn't hurt your income. You can still put a roof over your head, have money, food on the table. Well, I would go for the Legendary small space because there's only 1,134 left. And then second, rare medium space, 3,600 left. And then third, Epic small space. And then last is the rare small space. For me, I acquired number 31 out of this. So I feel pretty happy that I got a number that was closest to 0. Does that make any difference? There is no explanation to say that your number depicts on the worth or rarity of your space. But to me, I did it anyways, and I'm happy that I did it. But there's still a ton out there. So this is the last thing that I think you guys should invest in if you have a ton of money. But if you have very little funds that you want to invest, get this one. This is definitely worth it. And I feel like this is going to sell out very, very soon. I mean, already we've sold out so much already. And be sure to sign up for an account when that does happen. So guys, that's just my point of view. I do think that this space NFT is huge. It's going to be definitely growing this year, and you should expect that these prices will go up. I just have a feeling about it, because metaverse NFT land sales are the next new property asset that you need to hold. That's why I'm very bullish on this. And it's kind of a hidden gem. Not many people are talking about it. And it's people who are in the ecosystem, people who follow this YouTube channel, the ones that are watching like you, that are informed, that stay in tune. You guys have the opportunity to buy this right now. So guys, that's it. That's my point of view. I hope that this video has been very helpful and that you know more about the space NFT sale and what to buy in terms of its rarity, because these are my thoughts. But please do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. This is just my opinion, but my opinions feel very good and they've been working out for me, and hopefully they can work out for you guys. But with that said, be sure to like that button and subscribe to the channel.
Thanks for watching Cryptolution. Register on our Patreon page for our insider training tips and more. And don't forget to click on the affiliates link below to receive sign-up bonuses and access the Global Crypto Assets Exchange. Invest safely, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cryptolution.